Good day, everyone. Welcome to this subject, Social Studies, Grade 9A and 9B. Your teacher here, Miss Michelle Joy. This video was made especially for the students who weren't able to join our virtual class, and also this video will serve as a recap for the topics that we have discussed. So class, before we begin with our online learning discussion, I would like us to have a short recap of the last topics that we have discussed. So we have discussed about the history of money. We have discussed that the money was first made in Lydia, now is called Turkey. And we also discussed about the evolution of money. The ancient people used to do barter. Then they treated gold, metal coins as money. Then eventually China made the first paper money or banknote. Nowadays, we have plastic cards or cards like ATM, debit card, credit card, and we can do our transaction online through electronic money with the use of our mobile phones and computer. Now, class, what are the objectives of our lesson for today? So the first one is students must be able to know the functions of money. Number two, students must be able to know what GDP is. And number three, students must be able to know what NDP is. So at the end of the lesson, I expect that most of you already understood about the functions of money, what GDP is, and what NDP is. Class, our topic for today are the following: money, GDP, and NDP. And these are the words to learn that can help us better understand our topic. Please repeat after me so you can still practice your reading skills and speaking skills even if you're just at home. Are you ready now? Let's start reading. Number one, gross domestic product. Number two, net domestic product. Number three, function. Number four, money. And number five, measure. Now let's discuss these five words one by one. When you say gross domestic product or GDP, it is the market value of all final goods and services produced in a country in a given time period. The next word is net domestic product. Net domestic product or NDP is equal to GDP less depreciation. When we produce, we wear out some of our capital, which must be replaced. Depreciation measures the value of capital we use out. NDP is the amount of output we could consume without reducing our stock of capital. The third word is function. Function means work, operate, act, role, serve, office, purpose, job, duty, and task. Next word, money. What do you mean by the word money? Money is anything that serves as a medium of exchange, a unit of account, and a store of value. And the last one, measure. Measure means to gauge, to step, scale, evaluate, criterion, rate, assess, standard, portion, and extent. So these are the five words that can help us better understand the topics that we are going to discuss. Let's read one more time. Gross domestic product, net domestic product, function, money, measure.
Have you ever thought about what money's actually good for? And no, I'm not talking about buying fast cars, private jets, and gold toilet paper. I'm talking about the functions of money. By definition, money is a set of assets that are commonly used and accepted as payment for goods and services. Starting from there, we can identify three important functions of money from an economic perspective. First, it serves as a medium of exchange. Second, it is a store of value. And third, it serves as a unit of account. Let's start with the first function. Money serves as a medium of exchange. That means it is an asset that buyers give to sellers when they want to purchase goods or services. This is the primary and most important function of money. And the reason why it's so important is because it significantly reduces transaction costs. Before money was invented, people had to barter, which means they had to exchange goods and services for other goods and services. To illustrate this, say you wanted to buy a horse way back in the days. To do that, the first thing you had to do was find something you didn't need anymore, like a sheep. Then you had to walk around town and find someone who owned a decent horse but actually wanted a sheep. Let's see. Nope, nope, wrong again, not that one. Okay, finally. And like that wasn't difficult enough, this guy probably wouldn't trade his horse for less than 2 sheep. So you either had to give him an additional sheep or only get half a horse, which doesn't sound like a great deal to me. Now, money makes this process a lot easier. In fact, as long as it's generally accepted as a medium of exchange by all parties involved, money eliminates the need for barter altogether. Instead, you can just buy your horse from anyone who wants to sell theirs in exchange for money, and they can then use your money to buy whatever they need from someone else later on. This brings us to the second function. Money also serves as a store of value. That means it can be used to transfer current buying power into the future. While that may sound like some fancy sci-fi technology, it basically just means that money doesn't lose a significant part of its value over time. By contrast, most of the goods and services you can buy with money lose some or all of their value within days or weeks after the purchase. Take apples for example. If you buy an apple today, you won't be able to sell it at the same price a year from now, because it'll be rotten and pretty much worthless by then. Now with that being said, it's important to point out that the value of money can actually change a bit over time, due to things like inflation or currency appreciation or depreciation. But that's a topic for another video. For now, all you need to know is that the value of money is relatively stable over time. And that brings us to the third and last function. Money also serves as a unit of account. That means it is used as a measure of economic value. Every product you can buy in a store has a price tag on it. This allows you to easily calculate and compare the values of completely different products. I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but just think about what would happen if money didn't exist. Imagine you're looking at a new car, trying to figure out if you're getting a good deal. To do that, you have to compare its price to other goods and services you know. So you ask the guy at the dealership about the payment and he goes,
Well, it's worth about 6 cows.
Okay. Unfortunately for you, you're not familiar with the current value of a cow. So you try to clarify. So that's about 9 TVs, right? And he goes,
Nope, more like 5,000 pounds of carrots.
Alright, you get the point. It's much easier if the dealer can just tell you that the car is $5,000. That way, you immediately know how much it's worth because you measure the value of everything else in dollars as well. In other words, using money as a unit of account is extremely convenient because it allows you to compare the value of virtually everything in just a few seconds. So, let's sum it up once again. Money is a set of assets that are generally used and accepted as a medium of exchange for goods and services. That means you can use it to buy all kinds of products. In addition to that, money also serves as a store of value, which means it transfers buying power into the future. And last but not least, money serves as a unit of account, which means it is used to measure and compare economic value. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps out the channel and I appreciate it a lot. Plus, if you want to see another video, click up here, and if you want to see even more videos, check out our playlist down here. So thanks again for watching, and until next time.
Let us discuss about the 3 functions of money. So open your books on page 72. Number 1, money as a medium of exchange. So as a seller, we will accept money in exchange for goods and services. Number 2, money as a unit of accounting. It allows people to compare the values of products, goods, and services in relation to one another. And the last one, money as a store of value. People can sell something such as their labor, their skills, and store the purchasing power resulting from the sales in the form of money for later use. Now class, please turn your books on page 73 and only highlight the ones that you can see in this slide. Measuring national economy's performance. GDP or Gross Domestic Product. The broadest measure of the economy's size is GDP. This is the total money value of all final goods and services produced in the nation during a single year. So GDP includes the value of a product or services, final goods, within a period of time, economic performance within a period of time, let's say 6 months or 12 months, comparisons between the prices of different products to evaluate if the economy is getting better or if it is decreasing. Next, NDP or net domestic product. Net domestic product is another way to measure the economy. So NDP takes GDP and subtracts the total loss of depreciation, which is loss of value because of wear and tear, to durable or capital goods. Summarize the topic that we have discussed. So first, we have discussed about the three functions of money, and they are medium of exchange. So money can be used for buying and selling goods. If there was no money, goods would have to be exchanged through the process of bartering, and we wouldn't like to do that anymore because it's not convenient, it's not easy for both parties. Number two, unit of account. It is a standard numerical unit of measurement of market value of goods, services, and other transactions. And the last one, store of value. To act as a store of value, money must be reliably saved, stored, and retrieved. We also discussed about GDP or gross domestic product. It is the total value of output of goods and services produced within an economy in a given period of time. And the last topic that we have discussed is about NDP, which means the value of net output of the economy, value of consumption of fixed capital is deducted from GDP. So how are you going to compute for NDP? GDP, you subtract depreciation or the expenses that we use in producing goods and services. Now, class, for your activity, please click the link in the Google Classroom to answer the activity. So this is how your activity looks like. So it is live worksheet. You have to click the link I'm going to post in Google Classroom. And then all you have to do is to read the sentences and fill up the missing word. And for number two, you just click the arrow down in here and choose your best answer. Click finish and then click check my answer and screenshot your score and upload it in social studies album I created in your line group. Now, class, we now come to the end of our online discussion. If you have any question, comment, suggestion, or anything that you want to tell me, you can send me a message in my personal line account or you can call me. Thank you very much. Stay safe. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.